Thank you for being on the podcast. We were just talking about you got vaccinated. How long ago did you do that?
About right in the beginning of the pandemic, actually. So
as soon as it was released.
I mean, yeah, as soon as the vaccine was released, yeah, we got it. We got lucky. We actually went to the Balboa Sports Center, and they were handing out extras after all of the people got their appointments and got their vaccines. Then we waited in line from like 8 o'clock in the morning till 3 in the afternoon, and then we got the leftover vaccines.
Which one did you get?
Moderna.
Moderna?
Yeah.
Job requirement, or you volunteered to do it?
Nope, I did it.
You did it?
Yeah, I take care of my wife's grandmother, so she has dementia. She's 94, so I just help out there. So if we were to pass it on to her or my wife's mother, then it'd be bad.
But I mean, everybody goes back and forth with this virus, right? Or the vaccine. My understanding, if you have the vaccine, it prevents you from getting sick, but you can still carry it and pass it. Like, I have friends that do it, and they'll be like, Rob, did you get yours? Because I could be carrying it, bro, and I don't want to get you sick. Like, that's a big thing that, people are worried about. And that's why they're saying, like, they're enforcing the mask back on. So did she get the vaccine too, or?
Yep, I'm glad I actually got it, because I actually got COVID like a couple weeks after I got the vaccine.
Really?
Yeah.
So it probably would have been.
I couldn't
and the closer, the better. Like, if you're the more direct. Yeah, cool. There we go. That's much better. My dilemma is, bro, it's fucking me up. I haven't done it yet, and I go back and forth. The stubborn side of me is like, fuck that. The government's trying to control me, and this is bullshit, and I'm not going to fall for that. But then the other part of me is like, everybody that I know that's fucking smart and successful and makes good money and is an investor. I know the main doctor from UCLA, one of the specialists there. The guy makes a killing. He's like, Robert, get the fucking vaccine. Mm-hmm. I know multimillionaire investors. They're all getting it. My friends that are nurses and doctors, they're all getting it. And then I'm like looking at the crowd, and I'm like, wait a minute, it's a bunch of dorky, non-important people that are like, fuck the vaccine. And I'm like, maybe I should get the vaccine, but now it's just every day something keeps popping up, and it's like, okay, now everybody has the vaccine. Well, guess what? Wear masks.
Yep. Well, there's different types of COVID now too.
Now it's a Delta.
Yeah, I'm glad I did get the vaccine, because like I said, I got COVID shortly after, and I felt like it. I mean, I'm pretty in good shape too, but I felt like it helped me fight it off pretty quickly. I just couldn't taste or smell anything for a day, and then the next day
You kicked it.
I pretty much kicked it, yeah.
Now, talking about motorcycles, you were telling me your dad had a Road King, and you crashed your first Harley, your own Harley.
Yeah, growing up, I whenever my truck broke down, I got to ride my dad's Road King to school, so that was kind of fun.
Oh, nice. Was it college, high school?
High school.
Whoa, that's badass. That's a movie right there. What did everybody say? Were like the teachers like, oh my God?
Oh, there's actually one of the teachers had a white Road King, and my dad was black. We parked them next to each other.
Whoa. Did you have sex with your teacher? What's her name?
It was my pottery teacher.
Oh, okay. No. There was like some hot chick biker. Like, yeah, white and black. Imagine. Yeah, that's fucking cool, man. And then, so you grew up on bikes?
Yeah.
Anything before that? Dirt bikes?
Yeah, dirt bikes and things like that.
Where'd you grow up?
Salt Lake City, Utah.
Salt Lake City,
Utah. And then kind of back and forth to southern Utah, St. George.
And you still ride?
Yeah, quite a bit. Or when I have the chance to. I mean, sometimes I'm doing stunts. I've done a commercial for Kawasaki motorcycles. It was a Versus 300, so that was a pretty fun commercial to do. We did it up in Big Sur and San Jose.
Nice.
That was a fun commercial to do for them.
That's cool. And did you audition for that, or it just came?
Just word of mouth. People in the film industry and doing stunts, and people that. My friend Chris Morrison actually handed the job down to me, because he didn't have his M1 license yet.
Oh, no. Oh, that sucks. You had to sacrifice so much. Yeah. That's fucking cool. Are you planning to do more commercials down the road?
Yeah, the last audition.
Take off my hat real quick.
No worries. The last audition I did was for a Harley audition, or for a Harley commercial.
Nice. The Pan America?
No, it was for the Livewire.
Nice.
Yeah, the electric one.
Yeah, they're selling... I guess they're not going to sell, but it's going to be a spinoff where it's not going to be Harley Davidson anymore. It's going to be just Livewire.
Oh yeah.
So there's gonna be the Harley Davidson company
for the electric bikes. Yeah.
For the electric bikes, so that's gonna be interesting. Now I kind of really want one. I started getting into like the whole EV thing. Have you seen the Super 73s?
Yeah.
I just picked up 2 of them.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Man, I just go out and ride on one. I mean, it's just everybody that rides is like,
I could probably go to work on it.
Dude, I do it. I go to Universal. I'll go to City Walk real quick on the bike. I'll take probably take like 9 minutes.
That would be hilarious riding up the hill.
No, it goes up the hill. It struggles a little bit, but like, you know, you're athletic. You're not. Yeah. I'm 210 or something right now.
Do you ride it on City Walk? Write it down.
I did. What I did is I rode it to the main entrance of Universal, where you see, you know, where they have that little U thing. Yeah. So I went there, and then there's a little handicap section, the little ramp. So I went up to the ramp. Yes, I rode up there. Then
by the Globe.
Exactly, by the Globe. And then I started riding by the Globe, and I was probably riding for like about 2 minutes, you know, before security's like, hey. And I'm like, what? I didn't know. What do you mean? I can't ride a bike here in front of all these people. And, you know, walked it, parked it at, I don't want to say Jurassic. It wasn't Jurassic Park. It was that other further one, the one that you go through the back from Lancashire.
Yeah,
they have a
Curious George or E.T.
Yeah, Curious George. So they had a parking over there. But it's totally doable. And the amount...
Yeah, that's cool.
It's almost faster. You avoid traffic. You could go on the sidewalk. You go on the street. You go wherever you want. You go through the parks. You cut through a person's backyard.
Yeah, and it's under like what is the requirement? Under 50 cc's or something that.
Well, they also added pedals.
Oh yeah,
so when it's pedals, it's a bike. Yeah, and I had Michael on the podcast. Yeah. He's like, dude, we just put pedals, so you know you wouldn't need registration, license, blah 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 blah. Yeah, so that's a bicycle.
Yeah.
Yeah. But tell me about your accident.
Yeah, I was coming home from work. I was going east on Oxnard and about ready to make a right turn on Woodman. And there's a few, I was coming up to a red light, and I didn't see the guy, but he was turning left over a double yellow. And the cars that were coming up to the red light slowed and stopped for the guy that was going in the opposite way. They stopped for him to turn left into a restaurant. And I was just going to turn right, so I was just thinking, like, I'm just going to go past the cars and turn right.
Right.
I mean, there's a turning lane in front of me. Yeah. I'm going to go right ahead and go in and turn right. And you know how cars, when they do that and this traffic stops for them, they inch up, and then they gun it. And they
right.
And so right when he got, like, I was probably going 20 miles an hour past these cars, and he just T-boned the front of my motor, and it kicked it up.
The motor?
Yeah, it pretty much hit my motor.
What bike was it? That wasn't the Road King.
No, it was the
Sportster?
Sportster 883.
Nice.
Yeah, so it kicked the front wheel up, and then it threw me over, and then the motor hit the car, and it stopped the bike, and I went flying off and did a front roll and landed on the sidewalk. The only thing that happened really was my right knee hit my handlebar. It actually gave me a little rotation.
Nice. Yeah, so it kind of saved your ass.
Yeah.
And then that moment you were like, I think I'm going to start doing stunts as a professional career. I fucking survived this.
No, I think that's why I did survive it, because I do stunts. So.
Yeah. How'd you get into stunts?
I fell into it.
Yeah? I got it. So, how did you fall into it?
Growing up, we went to Lake Powell a lot. Growing up on the lake, going to doing a lot of water skiing, water sports, jet skiing, wakeboarding. And I got pretty big into sky skiing. It's like an air chair towed behind the boat, like a hydrofoil.
Okay.
You sit down on it, you're strapped in on your ankles and on your waist. Yeah, and me and my sister, her ex-boyfriend was pretty good at it, and so we would always go out with him, and he taught us, so we were always doing flips out there. And then he actually was going to do a show out in Indiana. It's called Indiana Beach. It's an amusement park out in Indiana, where they have it was the longest running ski show in the States. So really? I did that right out of high school. I started doing that ski show in the summers, where I would water ski, wakeboard. We had like a Russian swing. We did a bunch of diving. And I went out there just for sky skiing, but then I picked up on all the other things really quick too. Like, I mean, I grew up water skiing, but I did the jump skiing and did the jet ski act and dove with some pretty cool divers. The Red Bull cliff divers dove there with us. They were from Purdue. Awesome. They were from Purdue University. Stephen LeBeau and Dave Colteri. They're pretty crazy. They're still doing it.
Yeah,
it's pretty cool.
Yeah, that shit's crazy.
So
nowadays.
That's how I got into doing like live stunt shows, or like started out doing like ski shows mostly, and then the company Mirage Entertainment, they have a bunch of stunt shows over in China, like car shows and stunt shows, and so I got hired to do a stunt show over in China for a couple years.
Nice. How long did that last?
I did 2 contracts, about a year apiece.
Was it something you wanted to do, or the pay was fucking great, or both?
No, it was awesome. Yeah, I just was.
The whole experience was.
Yeah,
like,
it
pays.
They offered me a job in China to do a stunt show, and
China's another planet, huh?
Oh my gosh, yeah.
Man, I was in Guangzhou and Shenzhen, and in those areas, there's like no English.
Yep.
No English.
They have shows in both of those cities.
In Guangzhou, yeah. I mean, they're crazy fucking cities.
Yeah.
Technology wise, building wise, everything. But they call them ghost cities, right? Because the populations, like they have all these buildings and everything's brand new and LED
and nothing in them.
But there's nobody's occupying them. They have even cutouts of people like standing in windows and shit. And you're like, what the fuck is there? Is that a cutout or something like moving? It's a wild city. And I remember I'd get in a taxi and stuff, and I'd be like, Hilton Hotel. And they'd be like, hey, and I'm like, Hilton Hotel. And bro, I said it slow, fast, Hilton Hotel. And nothing. And then finally I just, my phone wasn't working at times, so I couldn't just, do the Google Translator. So I had it saved finally, and they'd be like, Hilton Hotel. I was like, motherfucker, I said that like 10 times, like there's like 10 different taxis. Yep. But
that happened to me quite a bit.
Yeah, but it was a trip over there. Did you see the Canton Tower?
I did not.
In Guangzhou? That's beautiful.
We were in Tianjin.
Tianjin?
Yeah. Quite I think north.
And how does the audience react to all the stunts and the performances? I mean, are they love it. Are they more fanatic as the Americans, or
they think we're like superstars,
ninjas, huh? Yeah,
that's funny. We had like a little like meet and greet after, and it was hilarious. We had like DVDs of our show. It actually really wasn't the show. Well, it was, but it was just like
of the show, generic one,
an old version that was just pretty bad, chopped up, put together. But we would have to like sign the DVDs for them and like take pictures with them and stuff after the show. It was kind of funny.
That's fucking awesome. And who ran that? Was that like studios or private companies?
It was a Mirage Entertainment.
Oh, you did say that. I'm sorry.
They're based out of California here.
They're based out of California, and they would just go out there and set up shows.
Yep.
That's awesome. And then are you gonna? What other places have you traveled to and done stunts? Anything in Dubai?
Nope.
No.
My brother did a jet ski show over there though. In Dubai.
Dubai's another poppin' place.
Yeah.
That place is fucking mad. Hey, for the sake of my listeners, who are you? What are you doing? Where can we find you? They're gonna be like, who the fuck is this guy?
My name's Stan Elton. Originally from Salt Lake City, Utah, but got into stunts and did the show in Indiana, did the show in China, and then when my boss, he got the manager position here at Waterworld at Universal Studios, and then from China, I packed up and moved here to LA.
That's fucking amazing. How long have you been doing Waterworld?
I've been doing Waterworld for 5 years now.
5 years?
Yeah, so about since 2015.
What's your Instagram?
At Stanley Elton.
Nice.
Yeah.
Okay, at Stanley Elton. I love this show.
Yeah.
I love this show. I have a 12-year-old, and this is what Jesse was bringing up. I have a 12-year-old, and maybe when he was 2, Universal started the year pass. Like, it was weird. They didn't have one, and they kind of started it. It was very cheap. It was like $160 with the parking included, everything. So we would literally go, because he liked that show so much, we would literally go just to park, watch the show, grab lunch, leave. So we'd be there like an hour and a half, 2 hours max. And I watched this show, bro, a little too many times. Like, I'm talking about hundreds of times, because I did that annual pass for like 6 years, and it was at least 2-3 times a week.
That's
at
awesome.
least. And in the beginning, it was more. It was like 5 times because I was like, oh shit, $160, unlimited access, free parking. Fuck it. You know,
Yep.
what am I going to do? Take them to a public park and stuff like that? You know, and they had the old water park. So I've watched this show a billion times, man. It's an amazing performance.
That's awesome.
Are they still doing the Halloween one? Because the Halloween one, they used to like cut heads and fucking blood. Well,
not these days.
no, they stopped that.
Yeah.
Did you know that, Jess?
They stopped that a long time ago. Slaughter World. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah, Slaughter World. That shit was fucking insane, man. And then
Yeah,
the
I've
girls were a little bit more sexier. Like they were always sexy, but they were like dressed more
Yeah.
sexier. It was crazy. It was
I don't even know if I've watched that all the way through.
really.
Fine,
Did you get scared?
I don't
No, I'm
know.
kidding. I'm kidding.
All the vomit and blood, I couldn't handle it.
Yeah, no. There was a lot of blood, a lot of vomit. Being a stunt guy is the most dangerous thing. Period. All right. Like when you film a movie, that's the most. I mean, people die.
I mean, yeah, they have on sets
A lot.
Yeah.
Like I had a girlfriend that her father was a prop maker, and he was on the time machine, and one of the facades fell and chopped one of the guy's heads.
Oh my
just
gosh.
decapitated. And they gave credits at the end of the Time Machine movie, but like this is normal or not normal, but
Yeah, people get hurt. Yeah,
people
getting hit by cars. Falling
what's the
downstairs.
craziest shit that I mean? Which one fucked you up the most? Which one you're like, oh
Probably
man,
that motorcycle accident because it wasn't planned.
and you didn't get paid for it.
Yeah, and I didn't get paid for it. Well, he paid for my bike, and that's about it. And
Yeah. Well, at least he stopped.
yeah, it's serious.
You know that happens. I know a lot of people. I got a buddy of mine right now in the hospital. Like people just always in the hospital.
Yeah, it was funny. I was kind of nice to the guy. He drove me to my house down the street, and I got my 1970 GMC truck and drove it back to the accident with and then picked up the Harley and put it in the back of the truck and took it home just so he didn't have to. I mean, so we didn't have to tow it or anything.
Yeah. I strongly recommend people, if their bike goes down and somebody's there and it stopped, have a tow truck pick it up.
Yeah, no, I should have. I should have gotten an ambulance too.
You get an ambulance. Fucking, it's just forget the aspect of money or whatever the case is. It's just you don't know what the fuck's wrong with you. You being a stunt person, you can do a stunt today and you won't even know till 2-3 days later what the fuck happened. Jess used to fight, and Leo's cousin, he's a fighter, UFC fighter. He did this thing where he was like cracking his neck, right before like a fight and a practice. And 2 days later, he passes out. He's not getting blood circulation. Like he's fucked up, and they don't know what's going on. He can't eat. He knocks out. And they say that when he stretched, like a nerve or something clogged up, like he snapped something, and there was just blood clogging up, and there was no blood like going to his brain, very minimal blood. And this guy didn't know. He didn't even know the effects till 2, 3, 4 days later. And that happens, People get in an accident, and then just to be a badass, they're like, "Oh, I'm fine, man. Fuck you, man. I'm fucking tough. I could do this." They pick up their bike, they leave, and guess what? 2-3 days later, they can't go to work. They can't provide for their family. They're completely fucked up. They brought their bike, on their own truck. Now the bike really won't work. The insurance is like, "Why didn't you get a fucking tow truck?" Like it's a serious thing. Like
Yeah, it was a shit show.
Do it the right way.
He's like, "Oh, I'll just pay you out with cash," and I was like, "All right, 10 grand for my bike." And he's like, "I don't have 10 grand. I'm like, "All right, then I have that's what the insurance is for. I got to go through the insurance then."
Yeah.
He wasn't too happy about it, but
yeah. And you went through the insurance. You went through everything.
Insurance paid for the bike and a little extra for injury or whatever.
What movies have you done? Stunts.
Most or just one really. I helped coordinate a movie. It's called Why. Horror movie, but my neighbor up the street, he's a former stunt coordinator, and he's now a director. So, but I have a movie coming up with him.
Nice.
Out in Atlanta.
Atlanta, they're filming so much, huh?
Yeah.
Everybody's filming in Atlanta.
It's gonna be like a battle movie.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'll be doing stunts in that. That'll be my first big stunt gig. That'll get me into the union, get me into SAG.
What if I wanted to do stunts at Waterworld? What do I have to do? Who do I have to know?
Gosh, you should have just tried out. We just hired about 15 more people.
Really?
You could have been one of the tinies.
I was
Maybe how tall are you?
5'8", 5'9" with shoes.
No, they have a big character in the show. He's always, I don't know, he's like over 6 foot, but
fucking bastard.
Can you ride a jet ski?
I can ride a jet ski, boat, flown planes, fucking ride bikes every single day.
Yeah, you could do the jet ski launch, I bet.
I was telling Jess because my son that's 12 years old, I raised him from 10 months to 7 years, like 80% of the time by myself, and that's why I had so much time to go to City Walk. So now he's in Florida with his mother, and I was telling Jess that like it'd be cool, like this year or next year or one time, just be like, hey, let's go, see the Waterworld show like we used to do. And then I'll be right back and be burning.
We'll light you on fire.
Hell yeah, something. I don't know. Just something. Be like, holy fuck, they lit my father on fire. That's always been like a vision that I wanted to do. So that's all you do? You just try out?
Yeah, they have auditions every year.
All right, I'm going to try out next year.
Yeah.
I'm totally just going to do it.
If you can ride it, seriously, it's really funny how some of the people, they come in and they say they can ride a jet ski or whatever. And I go show them what I want them to do, just a figure eight, and then do a figure eight the other way, and then do a figure eight with one hand. And you'd surprised how many people can't do that. I mean, it's a tight space, and the jet skis are a little different, but it's
now how many times?
It's kind of funny how they say they can, and then they just
they
can.
Well, you got to fake it till you make it, right?
Yeah.
No, I love jet skis. I've done jet skis in the ocean. I've done it in lakes. I've done it. The coolest spot I've ever done it was in Qatar. Qatar, it's a sea, because it's a sea. There's no waves, so it's like unlimited, body of water. Just.
I see those guys with the giant yachts creating the V-wakes.
Yeah, and then they fucking go inside it. I've never fucked around with it.
They go the opposite way of the boats and hit the wake and just launch.
Yeah. I know for sure. I've never been in the water skis that you guys have. You have like it's more narrow, and then it's got like a weird hand control.
The stand-up jet skis. Yeah,
the stand-up jet skis.
Yeah, Yamaha Super Jets.
Yeah, I never fucked around with that. I fucked around with the big fatter ones, and fucking just.
Yeah, we have both. We have both in the show.
Yeah, I don't know why I always capture that other one, because that's the one where he goes underwater and then comes out and then fucking slams into the wall.
Yeah,
that shit's fucking amazing. How many times you guys do that a day? That's like what, 5-8 times a day you guys do that in show?
We used to do it 8 times a day, but the max was 5, so we would have 2 casts come in to do the shows.
3 more.
Yeah, 3
or
more.
4, whatever.
Yeah, but now we're just doing 4 shows a day, so it's just one cast. And
this is every day.
Yeah, every day.
That's so crazy.
I'm actually going tonight to train the new kids.
The FNGs, the fucking new guys.
We'll see what talent we got.
And you guys obviously have a backup cast, right, for that? Like if somebody gets hurt during one scene and then for the next show. Because what is it? It's every other hour, right?
Yeah. We have, every day it's just one cast, but we have they're trying to have 6 people in each role.
Right. And that's what the whole show consists of, 6 people?
There's 9 people in the show.
That's crazy.
But they're trying to get 6 people in each role.
Right. So. But the whole thing is 9 people.
Yeah.
Because sometimes it looks like there's like 1,000 people there.
I know people
changing costumes and shit.
Yeah, as the water skier, we get launched out. I shoot at a couple people and I get whipped into a boat stern and crash, and I swim out, take my skis off, and then I do a quick change. We have costumers backstage. So I put shoes on, I put a jacket on and a hat, and then I jump on the Deacon boat, the fan boat.
Yeah.
I drive the fan. Yeah.
Well, that's you on the chair?
Yeah, I drive him out.
Yeah. Oh, that's right, because he has that crazy psycho driving him out. That's you. There we go. Makes sense.
That's me. I do the water skier, and then I do the number 7, the jet skier, and then I just recently started doing the Mariner.
Can you do? Oh, you're doing the Mariner? That's awesome. How long is the Mariner? What's going on when Deacon's guys are like, the Mariner's coming. I see something for them, blah, blah, blah. And the Mariner comes from like underneath. How long is he underwater? Is he underwater, or how's that set up? Can you talk about it? I don't know. Is it secret?
Yeah, it's the sub launch. So
okay.
At the start of it, I'm on a ramp, and the jet ski's like winched up, and it's on a quick release. And there's a stage manager there. And so I get on the jet ski, turn on the bilge, he pulls a pin, like a safety pin.
Yeah.
And then there's a light bar that it's like a countdown light, you know, like when you, like a drag racing light.
Yeah.
So it counts down from blue, 4 yellows, and then a green. And on the green, the stage manager pulls the quick release, and I slide down the ramp. And then there's like a curtain. They're just like rubber, like curtains, like you know those pools that are like indoor, outdoor. You go through a little curtain. So I slide down the ramp, and then I go under the curtain and pop up on the other side of set and come out.
Fucking crazy. That's awesome.
I'm only underwater for like 3 seconds. Yeah. 3 or 4 seconds because it dives down pretty. I mean,
yeah, I thought it was like 20 seconds or something. I was like, he's probably there like, he's waiting underwater. Hurry up, get him out of there. And then what's the, obviously, besides it being a prop, is there any backstory for the fucking plane that shoots over the wall? Like, how long is that the original one? Have they rebuilt it? What's that made out of?
Yeah, all the vehicles have a backup. So if anything breaks, like the plane breaks quite often. Last week or just 2 days ago, we didn't have the plane for the whole day. So the deacon will just say, "Oh, my plane hit the wall."
Yeah.
I mean, the explosions still go off, but it's not the.
Yeah, it's not the same.
It's not the same.
It's not the same. Yeah, that little thing. And how does that thing just get launched? Same thing, like a little ramp.
Yeah, it's a catapult. Well, no, not
it's a
ramp.
catapult.
It's a catapult. Yeah.
So it gives it more of that little.
It's on a catapult, like at a I don't know, like a 45-degree angle. No, like it's on a cable system, hydraulic cable system that launch it off.
To just launch
it off the ramp. Yeah.
How much do they spend on fireworks? Is that fireworks is like?
Yeah,
daily.
They say they could power a small city with all the gas they use.
Well, Universal City is a small city. Yeah, I know. Fuck.
But just our show could, if they didn't do the show, they could power the whole city up there with
just the power they're doing. That's fucking insane.
All the gas there burning off.
And that's all. That's what, regular gas, propane.
Yeah, propane.
That's all propane, huh? Yeah. Fuck, that's so much propane, huh?
Yeah.
Like I can't even comprehend how much that is. So. What other stunts are they doing now at Universal? Is that the only stunt show? And this is like the only live action stunt show continuously going, like in the United States, if not in the world, right?
Yeah, I mean, there's not too many that I know of. I mean, they had the Marvel traveling show.
Right, but that's like temporary. Like, okay, 3 months, good for you guys.
Yeah, but yeah, this is, I don't know any other like live show that.
Stunt show.
I mean, they just started one up at Disney, the Avengers land or whatever.
The Avenger Park, whatever it's called.
Yeah,
I haven't been there.
Some of my guys that used to work at Waterworld work over there now too.
Nice. So
it's a small community. The live show, like doing stunts in live shows, it's pretty. I don't know. Kind of everybody knows everybody, and there's a Pirates dinner show. It's out in Anaheim, I think. But a couple of kids do that show that just got hired on to Waterworld as well.
Yeah, but I think Waterworld, but I think the Waterworld is like the most. I don't know. I read it back in the days, and I'm sure it still sticks for today. It's like the most expensive, happening action live show going on for the longest, multiple times per day, blah, 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 blah. So it's pretty fucking historical.
Yeah, it's awesome.
It's pretty badass. Now, I see that there's a lot of actors that do like TV acting and stuff like that get on the Waterworld show. Are they always cast in? Or is it usually just stunt guys? Because I've seen a few people like, give credits. This person's been on this show, that show, this show, etc.
Yeah, some of them are doing stunts on it. Some of them are doing acting on it. Some of the guys are more of actors, like the Sage role. They're more of an acting role than stunts. I mean, they do have a stunt in the show. They fall into the organo pit and fall into the airbag in there.
How crazy is that? Have you ever done that one?
Yeah, I get shot off into it. There's like a when you get shot off, like the strafe hit the bullets, the fireworks going out, and then there's a breakaway rail, just a little PVC pipe that is stuck into the handrail that has a padding on it, and you break the railing out, and then you fall into the airbag. It's about a 15-foot fall.
I was gonna say it's an airbag. That's cool. Yeah, I got to sneak on set one day and just fucking light myself on fire. And then is active now with fireworks as it was before, or did they bring that down? Because I heard there was they weren't going to use any firing, whatever, ejections, whatever they call it.
A while back they had like 6-shot revolvers.
Yeah.
And they took those for noise ordinance away. It was kind of funny. One of the guests, so they switched over to rubber guns. They just paint them silver. They look like real revolvers, but they're just rubber guns. But we do have real shotguns.
The shotguns are still rocking.
Yeah, the Mossberg 12-gauge shotguns. They still have those with, I think, quarter-load blanks. So it just blows out the paper wadding and the gunpowder.
Yeah.
So yes, they still have the shotguns, but they took away the revolvers, and it was funny. Yeah, they replaced them with the rubber guns, and one of the guests in the front row said, "Hey, something came out of the revolver. The water skier shot me with something out of the gun, and it's a rubber gun."
Yeah, it's like, dude, it's completely fake. Nothing came out, stupid. You're not gonna get far with that. Yeah, that's crazy.
Was pretty funny.
And the audience, that's right. You guys soak the audience. How do you know which? Do you always have the same areas that you're soaking? You guys usually typically do the same area of soaking, but
all the green seats.
That's right. Oh, now it's marked. That's right. I think that's newer now.
Yeah, for a little bit, we were during COVID or at the start of COVID, everybody was masked in the show, and the audience was, and they were all separate. Or I mean, I don't know if the audience had to be, but they were all spread out, so we could only fit like 800 people in to see.
That's so many people. What do you mean only? What's it usually?
2,500.
Is it 2,500?
Almost. Yeah, packed house is almost 3,000, I think.
How many guests does Universal have per day?
Probably, I don't know, anywhere from 15 to 20 on average, I would say.
Per day. That's fucking. I never thought of that. That's so weird.
What's funny, it's the #1 attraction at the park, and they used to do shows the amount of shows based on the amount of people coming to the park. So if there's 30,000 people in the park and they had 3,000 people in each for each show, they would
add more shows.
They would have 10 shows.
Yeah.
So they could do the show, so everybody could do or see the show or whatever. But now that we only have 4 shows, only 12. If it's a packed house, 12,000 people get to see the show.
Man, that's
crazy. But not everybody knows it. It's kind of tucked back in there.
Yeah, of course.
Not everybody.
I've been there a million times. Never crossed my mind.
Yeah, not everybody likes going to see it all the time.
Yeah,
I don't know.
I've seen it so many times, and I know I'm gonna watch it so many more times. I think it's a fucking outstanding show. I like how much shit Universal's done in the last 10 years. Not really. In the last 5 years is when they really started switching things up. You know, they added the Minion Park, they added the Harry Potter stuff. They added the new, finally, Jurassic Park. I've been going to that Jurassic Park since like the 90s and shit when it launched.
They got the new Jurassic World now.
I haven't seen it yet. I got to go check that one out.
Yeah, they got the Harry Potter, and our company actually has a show in there. It's they call it Durmstrang. It's like it's like a little fight show, like with like
the Harry Potter thing,
like bow staff. Yeah, they're like dressed up as like young Harry Potter kids that do some fighting with the bow staffs, and they have, and on Universal side they have some dancers and stuff that they have a little show in there.
Yeah, I got a little scared on the Harry Potter because I wrote it like 20 times. I was like, yeah, this is so much fun. But one day I had a few too many beers and I was bloated and it got stuck. And it got stuck like upside down where I was like against the wall. And I was like,
the ride stopped.
The ride stopped, and then the camera stopped, and I'm just facing this wall, and I'm feeling bloated, and I'm like, I'm not comfortable here. Yeah, I felt very claustrophobic. I was like, I gotta break away from this shit, man, and just sneak out. And obviously that's impossible. And then I went again to ride on it, and a buddy of mine, they jumped on first, and then I jumped on. I was like, I don't want to do this. So I jumped right off. And then when he came back, he was all, that was fun. I was like, yeah, that shit was crazy. He's like, how did you get in front of me? Like, I went in front of you. I was like, yeah, it's weird, huh? Like 2 different tracks. But that one kind of like messed me up a little bit. But I think it was just the beer and the bloatedness and the fucking...
People threw up on it quite a bit.
Really?
Yeah, like vertigo.
Because of the motion and the vertigo and everything.
Yeah, motion sickness.
Yeah, I was fine when it was consistent. But then after that moment, I just felt like the... chingadera thing was a little too tight, and I was like, dude, I need 2 inches. Just give me 2 inches, and they don't budge those. They don't move those at all. So what's the goal for you? Where are you going to be at in 5 years? What are you trying to do? You want to continue this? Is this going to be a full-time career?
Yeah, I'm doing Waterworld full time, but yeah, I'm obviously looking to get into doing stunts more in film and TV and doing commercials and stuff. I have a commercial, like a non-union commercial agent. She sends me on auditions for and stuff. But yeah, just chugging along.
Yeah, but with the resume like Universal, I'm sure you can get any job anywhere as a stunt guy.
I know it's a little harder than you think out here. It's really the stunt community in the film and TV industry is I feel even smaller than.
Would you?
I don't know. It's not smaller. It's just I feel like it's a little harder to get into. It's a lot of family and friends that do it.
Yeah.
So and just getting into SAG. I mean, I asked my bosses. They do. One of my bosses, he is Liam Neeson's stunt double and does all the Taken movies and things like that. And I don't think
Taken Part 21. His poodle was taken. What? Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't know him for too long, and I'm like, hey, can you help me get out into SAG? And they're just like, oh, just go do some background and get into SAG. And I don't know, it's taken me 5 years, and it's just about making connections to, I don't know, meet new people and put yourself out there. Yeah.
Yeah, and just showing up and auditioning.
Exactly. It's coming through though. I mean, got a movie in October. It's coming up, so yeah, I'll be into SAG, and then I can start hustling stunts more.
Now, I've had some actors on the podcast, and they were talking about, and I just want to get your opinion on this. With the Netflix series, with the Amazon Premiere series, with Apple series, with everything, do you think there's more market and it's kind of easier now, or do you think it's more difficult, or there's more areas? Like before, it was only Hollywood doing movies. But like we said at the very beginning, now Atlanta's doing it, Georgia's doing it, East Coast is doing it. Like everybody's filming something everywhere.
Yeah, and there's stunts on every TV show.
And there's stunts on every TV show.
So yeah, I'm sure I'll start doing stunts in TV and film.
But do you think the market?
Because I'm not going to be doing Waterworld forever.
What's
beats you up.
I was gonna say, what's the toll you take? Is it pretty harsh, or it's like a regular job where it's like, fuck, today sucked, or today was hard, or it's like, dude, this is really killing me. I got to stop doing this.
Yeah, it's pretty intense. Yeah, after a few days of doing it, you sore.
Yeah,
but I'm in shape, so
yeah,
I'm gonna get through it. But yeah, you're pretty beat up.
So back to the question on the other TV series and stuff. So you think there's more jobs? You think it's better?
Yeah, sure. Yeah, I bet. Yeah. I just haven't really broke into the film and TV industry of doing stunts, but yeah, I'm sure it's creating a lot more work for stunt guys. Yeah.
How is CGI affecting the stunt world community? Is it making it easier, better?
I think it's awesome. One of my friends, Hawk Waltz, he was the Hawk in the Avengers video game.
What? That's so cool.
Yeah, it's awesome.
He's in a fucking video game. The royalties, huh?
Yeah,
he got hooked up on that.
It's pretty awesome.
That's
and then he did a stunt acting role on Loki just recently
on the show. Yeah. I was just gonna start watching that.
Yeah, so he's an awesome guy.
I was watching Ragnarok again. I was bored. Right? It's fucking funny. The scenes and the lines, they're fucking hilarious. It is so well written. It's written like a comedy skit. Like it's just so good. I recommend anybody to rewatch that because it's really good. I remember I went to Universal and I applied for a job when I was like 16, 17 years old. And they were like, oh, welcome to Universal. And I was like, oh, cool. And they were like, what's your favorite Universal movie? Almost every movie in the world is Universal movie. I was like, James Bond. They're like, that's not Universal, dude. That's MGM. So I think that's why they never hired me.
Yeah.
But CGI is making the stunt world better. How much is CGI making the stunt world better where it's like less harm and less danger and less this, but at the same time also replacing stuntmen? Because now it's like, well, we don't need a stunt person to do that. We could just generate it.
With all the CGI, yeah.
Yeah, is that happening? Is it replacing people, or it's just making stunts less dangerous?
I haven't really seen it too much. I mean, affecting the stunt world, because Yeah, all the stunt guys that I know, they're all out there working, so it's not.
They're all grinding and hustling.
Them.
Yeah, and they're probably making the same money with less risk.
Get out there and grind and hustle more. Once I'm in the union, I feel like I'll be able to do that more.
So do you
start doing stunts more? Yeah.
So you think if you show up and get out there and try harder, you'll be there?
Yeah, I've been doing Waterworld for the last 5 years. It's been kind of my full-time gig the whole time, but I need to start branching out to do more stunts and film.
Do it, man. I want to see you succeed, and you need to, stop being your own hurdle and get your ass out there.
Yeah, exactly.
Because that's really what it comes down to, is just showing up.
Yeah, but getting into SAG, it's a big hurdle.
Yeah.
So it's going to help. It'll help a lot.
Yeah.
Because, I would go to these stunt hustles where you meet all these stunt coordinators and stuff, and the first question they ask, are you in SAG? I'm like, nope, I'm just I'll come out and on set and help you, build boxes or set up airbags or, help out on set, safety or whatever, but they're not. It's just hard to get into SAG, I feel like.
There's nobody you could just, go to the door and give them, $100.
Yeah.
Let me in, bro.
$100, it's the initiation fee into SAG is $3,500 now.
Fuck. And that's yearly? Or
no, that's the
initial.
You still have to pay your annual dues or whatever, but yeah, that's the initial fee to join.
What are your thoughts on Netflix taking over Hollywood? A bunch of people are saying, dude, Hollywood movies kind of, are not the best compared to Netflix. Right. On Netflix, you get, for me, one of the pros about Netflix is you have 10 episodes where you're investing into characters and seeing why and where, and you get really invested. Fuck, man, I feel sorry for him. He fucks her, and fucking he better kill that guy. Revenge. But a movie, they got to make that all together within an hour and 30 minutes. People are predicting that Netflix is and they're pumping them out.
Yeah,
crazy. Do you think you would do a Netflix movie for a series for sure, right?
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah. I'm sure they're. I don't know if they're union or non-union, but I'm sure they're union jobs. Yeah.
Yeah. That's cool. Anything you want to add? Advice? Tell people get into the stunts. Don't do stunts or anything like that. Any motorcycle safety tips?
Yeah, wear a helmet.
That's important.
It's the law here in California, but.
In many places it isn't. I was in Florida last month. They weren't wearing helmets. It blew my mind. I knew that when I lived in Florida, but then I've been in California so long that when I went and saw people going 50, 60 miles an hour without a helmet, I'm just like,
yeah, gnarly.
Dude, you're fucking nuts. I can't even. I'm the dude that goes to Mexico and all my friends take off their seatbelt, and I'm like, not me, man. I like my fucking seatbelt. Yeah. I can't. I get used to it.
Yeah,
I get used to it.
Every time.
I'm happy you should get a helmet. I tell people, a reminder on the podcast, if you're going to spend $10, $15, $20, $5,000, $3,000 on a motorcycle, you better have another $2,000, $3,000 for safety gear.
Yeah.
Legit, because that's what it's going to cost you. And if you don't have that, don't fucking ride. It's just not worth it. And everybody I know that's I don't need a fucking blah, 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 blah. I know them, and they've been in accidents, and they hated the fact they weren't wearing the right fucking gear.
Yeah.
Period. Tell me about your wrestling.
Yeah, I grew up doing wrestling just in high school and 9th grade through 12th grade, and worked my way up through.
You didn't tell me about the wrestling.
State rankings. I think I placed 6th and then ended up 2nd my last year of high school wrestling. Yeah, it was fun. It's
you didn't want to continue it?
I loved wrestling. I just pursued other things. I mean, right out of high school, I had a scholarship to Penn State to go out to wrestle, but I chose to do water skiing and wakeboarding instead. And it got me where I'm at today, water skiing and jet skiing at Waterworld.
Did you got into wrestling because you wanted to get into wrestling, or the family got you into wrestling, kind of?
Me and my brother wrestled. Yeah. We both were on the same team and wrestled all the time.
Yeah.
It was fun.
Would you do acting or anything like that and wrestle if it was wrestling?
Oh, yeah, for sure.
You'd do all of that. What wouldn't you do? Fuck that.
Yeah.
I know you'll do a lot.
I don't think anything. I don't know.
Really? You're just fucking skydive.
Yeah, I've done it.
Done it, yeah.
Yeah.
Tandem or solo?
Yeah, tandem.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where? What city?
Mesquite, Nevada.
Mesquite. What do they do? 12,000, 15,000?
I don't know. Probably 12, yeah.
Yeah, 12 around there.
Yeah. It was a full minute free fall, and yeah, it was fun.
Yeah, it's a fun thing. I've done that a few times. I did it 3 times, and I was like, fuck, I could have just paid to like do it 8 times and do the class for the same price.
Get certified,
like,
and
get certified.
Then you can do it yourself.
Yeah, I should have just done that. What about base jumping?
Yeah, no.
No? You haven't done it, or no, you wouldn't do
it? I haven't done it, but I don't know. I don't know if I would. Those squirrel suits are pretty fucking sweet.
It's fucking amazing.
I don't know how they go so far on those things. Those cells on the suits just fill up, and they're just like a bird.
So amazing. I'd fucking do that. I would love to like do it off of like Dubai, like just fucking skydive.
Yeah, maybe
from a
make
plane.
sure there's water.
Yeah, no, there's water. It's weird. People forget there's a lot of water in Dubai.
Yeah.
Dubai is next to, it's another sea and stuff like that, but man, to jump off a fucking back of a plane, like my dream would be like those big fucking airplanes that have the doors in
the back, yeah.
and just fucking run out and just windsuit it. That'd be fucking insane. I'd lose my mind doing that.
Yeah, that'd be fun. They have that iFly on City Walk. I haven't
Never tried that. Never tried that.
Little indoor.
I was like, that's small. That's
I know.
It's not the same.
It's not.
But I heard they have.
And
one.
I don't want to. I don't know. I'm pretty sure it's pretty pricey to do.
Yeah, I think it's like $65 for like a minute and a half.
I know.
What?
I don't make that much money.
Yeah, what's going on here? They have one in Vegas where it's like a whole fucking
it's
like floor or huge or something like that. I think that's gonna be better price or something like that. Fucking escape into like Sapphire strip club. What the fuck? What's going on? This is so fucking crazy and dope. You been to Vegas a lot?
No, not too much.
And they don't have any action shows, right?
Yeah, they have the circ shows.
Oh, they do have the circus.
One of our guys that was doing Waterworld, he quit Waterworld and went and did he just wasn't working at Waterworld too much, so he quit and did the I think Le Rev show.
Those are fucking crazy too. The Win, right?
Yeah, I think
Le Rev's The Win, where it's like half water and half inside out.
Yeah, a bunch of diving and stuff.
Yeah,
I haven't been to it, but
that one's a cool one. I actually saw it right before COVID.
Yeah, just
Le Rev. Was amazing.
Yeah, some friends have done them. That work at Waterworld still.
Yeah, people have died on those too, doing stunts and stuff. I think somebody died like 3 years ago. One of the chicks diving from like she did like the thing and she fell like head first. Another one slipped, fucking broke her. Like, I mean, they run into shit a lot.
Yeah, same as at Waterworld on that set. I mean, one girl, she was going down to the she was gonna go down the her slide rope. She has a rope that she slides down.
Yeah.
And it got a knot in it, so it didn't go down to the ground. So she couldn't go down the rope. So she was like in a hurry to go down the slide pole. And going to the slide pole, she tripped and fell off the deck. Fell off.
From the top floor or the middle one?
She was on this tower over here on Tower 2.
Okay.
It was probably about 20 feet, but she fell.
Oh, at the beginning of the show.
No, it's at the kind of towards the end after the seaplane comes over.
Okay.
She's going down to get her boat to exit the
got
set,
it.
Exit or whatever.
And then fucking the mariner's gonna jump out and fucking.
she fell down on the deck and oh my god.
She's shooting the water thing.
No, I don't even know how she survived. She landed on the deck and her dress like exploded, like ripped open, and like it was a pretty bad fall. So yeah, there's plenty of accidents that happen at Waterworld. I broke my hand doing the launch, the water skiing the first time I went on it.
And fucking that's it. It's a wrap for a day. They send you home for like a month.
Oh, I was out I went and had surgery on it and out for, 3 months.
What's the average age of the people doing the show? I want to make sure I qualify.
I'd say around 25, 30.
25. I qualify maybe. I don't know. Somewhere around there. Yeah, and then everybody has to be physical fit. Is there a fitness
yeah, we all actually... after COVID, we all had to re-audition for our jobs back. They didn't just like bring everybody back. They said you got to re-audition. So we had to send our videos in of our I over our fights and our physical assessment, I beat up my wife for the fight assessment.
And you documented it, dude.
Oh yeah, we had
Come
to film
on.
it. We had to film it. Yeah, we had to film it.
Can't do that. Imagine 5 years later, she brings it up. Look what he did to me.
Yeah, he hit me.
You're with the rubber gun. Hilarious.
But yeah, yeah, they do a full physical assessment and make sure you're in shape.
Blood test and all that shit. No, they just fucking. They're like, pick this up. All right, you're good.
Yeah.
So that's it. You just submit a video, and then they go from there, and then you do like a little fitness.
They bring you back for a like an on-site audition that you'll do. They'll show you how to do a couple fights, and then you do it with the new kids. You just work the fight a couple times, and then if you jet ski or water ski, they bring you back to water callbacks, and they'll see if you can ride a jet ski or water ski around the pool.
Yeah,
because it's pretty small. It's a pretty small pool.
To
have jet skis.
Yeah.
And a water skier with a 10-foot rope behind it.
Yeah. Oh, that's true.
Usually you're skiing behind a boat, you're 50 feet, 70 feet out there.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, a 10-foot rope.
Anybody ever get burnt, like really burnt?
Yeah, they had an accident a few years ago where they were testing one of the effects, and I think it was at the jet ski launch effect. There's a guy above it working on something, and they tested the flame unit under him, and it
just fucking went off.
Yeah. Actually, not too long ago, the girl's up there on the tower, and I think the boat was in the way, and so she couldn't jump off of it, and the tower wouldn't fall.
This tower here.
Yeah, the tower that she's on, yeah, and the flame unit went off, and she was still on the tower. That's not supposed to happen. She's supposed to jump off, and then the tower collapses and the flame unit goes off.
That's so fucking.
So she was on the tower.
Gnarly.
She couldn't jump off because I don't know if the boat was in the way or something. And a big flame came up and I don't think it really hurt her too bad or anything like that. But it's still sketchy when you have something blowing up and you don't expect it.
You're right, because as big as it looks, it's pretty fucking not big for the shit that's happening, for towers falling, 2-3 boats, a jet ski, a fucking 10-foot rope. It's pretty fucking gnarly what's happening there. And then those big doors on the far right, the ones where everybody escapes from.
The gates.
Those are the gates. Are those those?
There's like that wheel right there that I turn.
Does that wheel really work? No, that's bullshit. Yeah, that's what I was asking, dude. Thank you. Yeah, I'm gonna delete that part right now.
The guys up in the booth, they press the button, they open.
It's just open. Yeah.
They just have sound effects to make it sound.
No, I figured the sound effects. I figured the wheel wasn't doing it, but I wasn't sure if it was like cables or hydraulics or, whatever the case is.
Yeah.
That's a fucking amazing show. And then there was another thing. Are they still doing that? The bazooka? When he has like the fucking bazooka and he shoots down the plane and he fucking shoots it.
Yeah, I do the fight with the deacon up top where we shoot down the plane and the plane comes over. And then
but that's still with the bazooka, right? Or was that the shotgun?
Yeah, with the bazooka, yeah.
And then you guys shoot something down here in the middle or something.
Helen, so it's pretty cool. The deacon, I have a fight with him with a bazooka, and it hits the plane, and then he knocks me out with the bazooka. He actually runs around the top of the tower, and he has a stunt double. Okay. And it's the fire diver role.
Right,
it's
the guy that's wearing the fire suit, right?
Yeah, he's wearing a fire suit and like a fire hood. He's got fire gel on his face, and then he's got his towel behind him with fuel on it, burn fuel. So he comes out. He does his little acting thing, and then Helen from across the way shoots a flare gun at him.
Right.
And he shoots the deacon up top. Well,
how does that suit ignite? Because I know it's just like a little...
Yeah, there's a little pyro flare at the... So she has a flare that she shoots, but on the other side, there's another flare that lights him.
Right.
So...
But when she shoots, there's also like a cable that makes it look like it's going there, right?
Oh, it kind of does, but there's no cable attached to it.
Oh, there's no cable attached to it.
So she shoots a flare, but on the other side where it hits... well, it doesn't hit up there, but there's the fire diver turns around and presses a button,
right? And
it ignites the
suit,
the pyro behind him, and it's just a little flare. So he backs up, he presses the button, and he backs up into the flare, and it lights the fuel towel.
That's fucking
And then he runs off, and that's
insane. Like, what the fuck are you doing?
Yeah,
have you done that one?
Falling from 45 feet on fire. No, I have not, but might be.
Can you imagine fucking getting like lit up and you just see, and you just feel this fucking heat on you? Yeah, that's like rule number 1: don't breathe, right?
Yeah.
And he's on fire for what, like 20 seconds before he jumps?
No, like 10.
10 seconds. Oh, what a pussy. What a fucking pussy. I thought it was 20. No, that's fucking crazy.
Yeah, and on the water is pretty cool. They have perforated pipes at the bottom of the pool that release the gas.
Yeah.
And they have little igniters.
For the explosion.
On the fire on the water. The gas rises, and then it hits the top of the water, and they have an igniter on the side of the pool that ignites the gas.
Fuck, that's
but it looks like the deacon goes in on fire and lights it all up.
Right.
But yeah,
it's something else going on. It's a whole nother.
Yeah.
That's fucking crazy. I think that was the other thing. I think that article that I was reading, it is the largest scale area or play version.
Yeah, there's a lot.
Show
there's a lot that goes into it. Yeah.
Yeah, it's the largest because it's not like just a fucking stage or just a little thing in the corner. It's literally like a whole set world going on, and pretty much everything's. I mean, obviously there's some updates, but this was. When did they launch the Waterworld show? 1994, 95?
95, yeah.
95, yeah.
They just opened one in Beijing.
That was the other one. It's the longest running stunt show. It's a big fucking deal, man.
Yeah, it's fun.
It's a big deal.
We actually just got back the deacon that started the show in 1995.
No fucking way, man.
Yeah, he's coming back this week to do shows still.
That is cool, man. It's interesting.
He's been there for 25 years, yeah.
That's fucking, yeah. That's crazy. I don't know. He's pumped?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, they just opened the show up in Beijing. They built a Universal Studios in Beijing, so they built a Waterworld set, and they're just barely getting that open just now.
I bet you it's bigger too, huh?
Oh yeah, the sets I'm sure is way bigger. They have it in Japan, and the set's bigger and fits way more people. And then they have it in Singapore, but I think that's still shut down right now.
Singapore is another place I'd like to visit. I haven't been there.
That'd be fun.
Have you been?
No.
Yeah, I just heard you can't like fucking chew gum or anything out there. They're fucking crazy. Like if you spit out gum, you'll go to jail. Yeah, they're fucking polluting like anything. Like if you like leave your cup, they'll be like, "Hey, come here." Fucking, it's insane. Okay, what motorcycle are you riding? Are you riding today?
No, I after that motorcycle accident,
that was it.
Got my truck.
And that's it. You never went back.
No, I will. For sure, yeah.
I would recommend. Eagle Riders.
Eagle Riders.
Yeah. So Eagle Riders is a motorcycle rental company. They just launched. It's a pretty cool fucking program.
Cool.
You could do like a monthly plan, like $29 or $59 or $100, and based on your plan, you get a credit, and each credit is a day with the motorcycle. So you can pay for like 20. Like right now, I have probably.
Oh, so you just pay like $30 a month, and then when you have enough, you just go rent a bike for the day.
Or 2 or 3. Right now, I've done this when they launched it. I have 46 or 47 credits, so I can literally pick up a bike for 47 days.
Oh, cool.
And just fucking ride, which is crazy because I have 2 motorcycles, But if I want, but what's cool is if I go to Miami and I want to get a bike out there, I can just pick up a bike. Done. They have 150 locations, so you can literally travel.
Location.
Yeah, so you set up. I think most of the locations are available to do it. Another one, I had them on the podcast. Their story's fucking amazing how they launched. And then there's another company called RiderShare.
I was just going to bring that up. My neighbor invested into that.
Yeah.
And when I had my bike, he's like, hey, put your bike up on RiderShare because you can rent out your bike.
Yeah.
I mean, hey, I got my Harley Sportster 83, $120 for the day. Or like, I don't know, $80 for the day.
Yeah. I got to do that.
I mean, it's a little bit of income, but I don't know.
I had them on the podcast, and I was like, "Fuck, I got to do that." And their insurance is good, which is like the main thing. So if anything happens to your bike,
it's all insured. Yeah,
it's super insured. And I got 2 pretty high demanding bikes. That's like it's almost retarded that I haven't done it yet because I had him on the podcast. Almost a year ago. And now I've seen the website blow up and see how much more business they've been developing.
I wonder how accessible that is because. I mean, I've had a couple stunt jobs come up where they're like, hey, you got a Harley? And I'm like, yeah, I'll go rent one at the Harley shop real quick or
Yeah.
whatever. But then it's like, I don't know, it's a whole ordeal to go rent it at the Harley shop or whatever, you know. It's like $1,000 deposit and
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know.
I think rider share makes it a lot easier, but I don't know what it is. Because Eagle Riders makes it simple because you have to put a $2,000 deposit unless if you get their if you say I don't want the insurance, they put a $2,000 hold.
Right. If you don't want to pay for the insurance.
But if you get their $45 insurance, fucking it's full coverage, man.
Yeah,
like you could drag the bike, you like jump off the bike.
Yeah, I go rent one of their.
Yeah.
I go rent one of their bikes and I do a stunt on it. I do a bike slide.
100%. Be like, here, see you later.
Sorry, dude.
Actually,
A crash.
I think they said no stunts and no off-roading. I bought the BMW, the R1250 GS, the GSA, the adventure bike. Mm-hmm. I bought that because I rented a GS from. I've always been Harley. Yeah. Always been Harley.
Yeah.
And then I rented the R1250 GSA with a group of friends, acquaintances, we'll just say. And we went to Joshua Tree, and man, it was such a good trip, man. We went to like this no man's land where there's like no laws or regulations. You could shoot guns wherever the fuck you want. You can ride wherever you want. You know, it's fucking insane. Jesse's nodding his head like, "Yep, I know that fucking place." What is it? Yeah. So we were there. I haven't seen the documentary, but we were there, and it was just it was so gnarly, just going on road, off road, sidewalks, segments, you know, pretty much anything. And when I got back, you know, I was like, I gotta buy one. And now I bought one. And then Diego, I believe, that runs RiderShare, he was like, bro, your Street Glide and your fucking BMW are like the two top rentals on the website. Put them on. I was like, okay. Never did it.
Yeah.
Never did it. But I'm gonna do that next.
Yeah, sweet.
I better do that. I think we're good. What do you think, Jess? We missed anything? Yeah. Any
that was fun.
Any valuable points or anything we want to make?
I don't know.
Guys, go check out the Waterworld show.
Yep. Check out Waterworld.
You know, fucking it's active. You guys are fully open, right?
Yep.
No mask, no mask, no, because it's outdoors, right?
Yep. Outdoors. So yeah, we don't have to wear a mask in the show. That's good. We were getting waterboarded for a little bit.
Yeah.
Wearing a mask in the show, in a water show. Get
your vaccine, you know, or not. I don't know. I don't fucking know, bro. Whatever you want to do, just do it. Follow, subscribe, and like. We'll see you on the next show. I hope to have you back very soon with some big movie production shit going on. Thank you.
Stunt coordinating a movie.
Thank you. Exactly.
Yeah. Bring your kid to Waterworld soon.
I will, man. And I'm telling you, I got to get on just one episode or one show and just fucking.
Just to do it.
Just to get some like cool pictures or some shit.
You could be like the crazy guy that.
In the front that's fighting. Yeah.
No, he jumped the fence and swam to the peninsula. And it was funny because he grabbed the Gatling gun and pointed it at the Mariner and was like, I'm going to shoot you. And he's like, whoa.
Whoa, calm the fuck down, bro. It's a fake
dude.
gun.
He's like, I'm trying to save Helen. I'm trying to save her.
Hilarious. That happened?
Yeah.
Okay. I
had to stop the show.
I won't do that.
Yeah.
I won't do that. But no, I'll go check you out soon.
Yeah, cool.
All right, brother. And you're going to work today, huh?
Yep. Go train him in.
Fucking A. Hey, should we sneak in with him? Just fucking go in the van, the truck. You got a truck or something?
Yeah.
We'll like lay down with like some
come up
some Chinese people that cross the border. I don't know.
Gosh, it's getting expensive up there. I think front gate parking's $50.
50. It was 25.
Well,
it was 20 and then
generic
25.
Parking is like 28, I think, but
yeah, before 5 o'clock,
I get free parking.
It's that high.
That's good.
Yeah, I hope so. Like what? Imagine fucking don't like. Hey, you got to pay for fucking parking here.
To work here.
What? Yeah, it got expensive. I'm telling you, when they had that deal for 120, it was like 120 and then like $40 parking.
Yeah, I think it's $250 now for seasons.
But no parking.
I don't know. Yeah, no parking.
No parking.
Yeah, have fun with that.
I pay $160 with parking, and I had like 25% off like everything I bought in the stores, like the restaurants and shit. So it made sense. But now it's like $250 plus, and no parking. So I was like, fuck that. You should try to get one of those electric bikes. I'm telling you, man.
Super 73.
Dude, you fucking love it, bro. You'll love it. All right, that's a wrap.
Cool.